Listen up. It's January 1st. All right. Does it look any different? Does it feel any different? No. So why should things be different then? Why should anything be different for you than it was weeks, months, years ago? This is going to be more so a motivational video, but more so some things that you all need to hear. And if you don't want to let your diagnosis control your life and turn your 2023 into 2022 or potentially 2012 for some of you out there, I'm going to give you some just harsh truths and some just blunt advice, because why not make this year the best of your life? And why not make every year after that continuously better as opposed to continuously worse? And this is how you're not going to let your herpes diagnosis control your life anymore. Because guess what? It's just there. It doesn't actually care about you. But do you care about you? Because you have control over your diagnosis, over all of these different factors that we can change. But the one thing we can't change is our diagnosis. So we're over here fighting a losing battle, like, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this. Then do something else about it. But bro, it's hard. Yeah, I know it's hard. I didn't just get herpely-derpelies and was okay with it. I had to figure some shit out. I had to realize that I don't have to feel this way long term and implement some actions, implement some tools, implement changes in my life to not let this derail me. And, you know, luckily for me, it took me 5 or 6 months. Maybe it'll take you weeks. Maybe it'll take you years. Maybe some of you, straight up, are never going to get over this. And I do feel bad for you, because the people that are never going to get over this, I feel like I failed. Because I know that I have the words, maybe the consistency, maybe the platform to make an impact on people who are suffering. And if I can't provide you with enough support or enough different tools or tips or tricks or videos, I feel like I've failed. Can't even speak right now. Little drink of water here. So listen up. I thought of this analogy in the shower today. You're all sprinters, and your herpes diagnosis is losing a leg. But guess what? You never lost a leg. Okay, you feel like your diagnosis has completely destroyed you, but look down. You still have both your legs. You just think you lost your leg. You think that you're never going to be able to sprint again, never going to be able to walk again, and these are all metaphors, but you get the point. The one thing we do not have control over is the fact that we have herpes. Everything else is in our control. We can either decide, are we going to let ourselves go? Are we going to stop exercising? Are we going to stop caring about our body? Are we going to just completely succumb to the diagnosis and let it say, this is the end of my life? Because honestly, there's people out there suffering with far worse issues than this. We essentially have genital cold sores. And people out there with cold sores are just oblivious, running around, living their best life. And the only thing that's stopping us is our own perspective on ourselves and other people's perspectives. Well, you know what? Regardless of other people's perspectives, my perspective has changed. I'm not dirty. I'm not gross. I didn't make a mistake. And if people out there are going to judge me, cool. I don't want to date someone who has that kind of mentality. You probably lack the ability to think. If you think about how dumb the average person is, think of people that are twice as dumb as that. I don't really want to surround myself with dumb people. And this video may be coming across as harsh and stuff, but like, don't date dumb people. Don't date people who don't want to be with you. Don't date people who call you bad names. If you really separate yourself from the diagnosis and look at things from an outsider's perspective, like, what's really different? And if nothing changes for you, nothing is going to change. So, you should have started last week, December 27th, but we're going to start this week, January 1st. What are we going to do? First things first, all of you, you're going to go to the gym. Oh, bro, he's a gym bro. No, go do some exercise. Join a women's only gym. Join Chloe Ting's videos online. Do some kind of exercise. I'm not here to force you and shame you and make you do fitness, but no, every human being should be doing exercise. If you're riding around in a motorized scooter right now and you have nothing significantly wrong with you, go to the gym. Start small, do some exercise, get yourself back on track in terms of your health, because your health is wealth, and if you let that deteriorate, the original herpes diagnosis is going to be so minor compared to what's going to happen to you. So get in the gym. This is going to help you for your mental health. It's going to help you for your stress relief. It's going to help your body image, your confidence. It's going to help your immune system as well. Every human being should be doing some sort of exercise, even though nowadays it seems to be vilified to be in shape. Round is a shape, but I don't want to be round. No offense. And the better you can be taking care of your health, the better you're going to be with your diagnosis. Don't just assume that because you have herpes, it's an excuse to just slack off and think your life is over and not take care of yourself. Okay? Next thing I want you to do, get a journal, okay? Journal your outbreaks. Maybe you've had one, maybe you've had 20 like me. Journal your outbreaks down when you get them. Look at lifestyle factors surrounding your diagnosis, look at your diet, look at different things that could have happened that could have triggered your outbreaks. This is also going to, start you journaling on other topics. Maybe write down the things you feel in one column. Write down if the things you feel are warranted or if they make sense. Herpes, I am disgusting, I am gross, I slept around, no one's gonna love me. Next column, are these things actually true? And are they serving you? Or are they making you feel worse about yourself? Tell me why having herpes makes you dirty, other than because someone said so. And just because someone's words say something to me, doesn't mean I'm gonna take it as my identity. So keep that in mind. Nextly, if you have any other emotional things you want to write down in your journal, write it down. Or whenever you're doing anything, just take a chance to write things down, do a brain dump, get your thoughts on paper, you may feel a lot better. One of the other steps that really is going to help you with your diagnosis is changing your identity, okay? I made a whole video on this, it's going to come out soon, but it essentially says that if you still identify as a dirty slut who slept around and made a mistake, you're always going to feel that way. And your actions are going to align with that, because if you think you made a mistake and you're unworthy of love, you're not going to date. But let's say you get your herpes diagnosis today and you feel bad for a few weeks, and then you're like, hey, you know what? I didn't make a mistake. I'm not a dirty slut who slept around. I am worthy of love. All of those things are going to dictate your new habits and your new actions. If you think you're going to be alone forever, you are going to be alone forever, because you're never going to feel the need to date because you're going to be alone forever. But if you say, I can't find love unless I actually date, you're actually going to go and date. And guess what? What happens if you get rejected? I'll feel bad. Are you going to die? No. Are they going to make fun of you? Probably not. Are they going to spread rumors around? Who knows? But guess what? If you give no power to your herpes diagnosis, it has no power over you. I'm honestly at a point, potentially even without the social media, where if somebody and everyone knew that I had herpes, I would say, so what? And when you say that and when you have that kind of power, what next? Yeah, but you have herpes, bro. That's gross. Okay. Like, I lie in bed at night and I think about all of the different things that people say that when you respond with okay, it just ends it. I don't care if they feel like they've won, because no one wins. If people say things to you and you just respond with okay, what now? You have herpes, bro. You're gross. Okay. I wasn't going to date you to begin with. Like, it's going to take some time, but I truly believe that all of you out there can get to a point where your herpes diagnosis does not impact you. And this is another thought too, what if one of you out there watching, or 4 of you, or 16 of you, what if you were the next advocates? Not necessarily in the same way I'm doing it, but like, what if you have the power to change the world because of your diagnosis, and you are not letting the world have that? That's selfish of you. What if you're the next person who's gonna, impact millions of people, but yet you're not letting yourself get to a point of full acceptance to be that? That's selfish, okay? The world needs you. So shape up, step up, fix your life, do the things that you didn't do in 2022, because if you do the things that you did in 2022, the year will repeat. You want your year to repeat? And there's a whole concept of like, but there's comfort in the feeling I have. Yeah, guess what? There's also discomfort when the rest of your life is the same as it was before. If you're not happy with your life right now and you make no changes, it's never going to change. What did Einstein say? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing every day, expecting a different result. Why do you expect your life to be any different? If you keep doing the same things, reinforcing the same thought patterns, doing the same bad habits, letting this insignificant virus, for the most part, dictate your entire life. Okay? It's fine if you just got diagnosed. It's fine if it's been a week or two and you still have that initial shock. I had that initial shock. But guess what? You have two choices. You either let this completely take control of your life and then kind of turn into a bigger and a bigger and a bigger and a bigger thing as it like eats its way into you. Or you look at your herpes diagnosis, metaphorically speaking, and you rip it out and you say, I don't want this to control me. And you throw it away. Unfortunately, the virus stays in your body, but the stigma doesn't have to. And I want you to all focus on that. So let's recap. January 1st, nothing really changed unless you change. What do you want to do? Get back in the gym, do some exercise, go for a walk, improve your physical health, improve your mental health, start some journaling, re-identify as a new person today, start dating, because guess what? If you think you're going to be alone forever and that's why you're scared to date, the action of preventing yourself from dating will ensure that you're going to be alone forever. It's just that if you stay alone in your room, no one's ever going to call you bad names. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And they won't hurt you as well. Unless, of course, the words that hurt you are come from yourself, in which case you need to fix that. If the most harsh words are coming from your own mouth, take a good look in the mirror and say, why am I ganging up on myself? Why am I against myself when the whole world is also against me? The first person that you have to make okay with this is yourself. And if you are going to live your whole life never okay with your own self, how are you ever going to succeed? How are you ever going to be at peace? How are you ever going to live a normal life when the only person who's against you is you? Fix that first. Hope this helps. Get your shit together, physically, emotionally, mentally. The love of your life is out there. Multiple loves of your life are out there. And keep this in mind. If you don't have anything to offer, herpes is not going to be the deal breaker. Okay? Just because you got diagnosed doesn't mean you're unattractive, undesirable. But some of you have gotten to a point where if I was to ask why should someone date you, you wouldn't have an answer. Try this exercise. Get your journal back out. Do a self-worth exercise. Write in one column. Herpes. Write in the other column. All of the good things about you. Maybe you have a great sense of humor. Maybe you're an amazing person. Maybe you're great in bed. Write all of those things down. However, for some of you, if your list is nothing and your other list has herpes, that's the first thing to work on. If you genuinely have nothing to offer someone, why would they want to date you regardless of your herpes status? You know what we should all try to do? How about the ultimate way to take over control of your herpes diagnosis is become someone that is so desirable that people are choosing you over people without herpes. Okay? That's one thing you should do. How about we just do that? How about the number one thing is make yourself the most desirable person as possible? I'm going to make a video right now talking about that in like 2 to 4 minutes. Thanks for the idea. Love you, miss you, hope you're doing well. I hope this lit a fire under your ass, and if it didn't, herpes will light a fire under your ass. See you in the next video.